deep. Hey, what's up you guys? Josh from August with Truck Fit. We are here in Heber Springs, Arkansas. We are about to go trout fishing. They should start generating at 8, so it's a little past 8 right now, but it usually takes a little bit before it catches up down here. I think they call this Twin Bridges. I think that's what the locals call it, but either way, I've got to hurry up and get down to the water before the water level starts to rise. So hopefully I can catch 2 or 3 just so we can have a meal. We're gonna walk down there. Like I said, I don't know if the water's rising yet, but we do not have a lot of time. I'll go over what bait. This is gonna be like kid-proof everything. This is super simple. There is a couple different tactics I like to use when trout fishing, but this one's like the easiest. But let's get to the water. Okay, so the water is rising, and that's not what we want. Dang it, I'm stressed out. I drove an hour to get here. I'll show you the website that I go to check their generating schedule. Their schedule's been sucking like a bunch. I don't know. This water should be way down. Okay gang, what is up? We're out here on the water. I haven't been able to record like I want because this is all much higher than usual. Or I would have had my tripod out here, but today has not gone as planned. We do have 2 fish currently. All we need is 1 more. Let's talk about what I'm using today. Now this isn't my favorite bait, but this is the easiest bait to get a hold of. And this is the best for kids too. Sorry if I'm a little dark looking. I have the wrong lens on. I thought the sun would have popped out, but it hasn't. Okay, so what I'm using today for bait is power bait. Okay, you can get this at Walmart. I've had a lot of good luck with garlic scent. I'm using pink. Let me show you what I'm attaching it to. You don't have to have a fly rod to catch trout, and you don't have to have an ultra light rod to catch trout either. You can use what you have for bass fishing. This is a medium action, and I prefer medium action because where I'm casting, it's gonna be a long cast, so I need to have a good backbone on a rod to be able to yank that fish out. If I was to be using a ultralight, this pole with just this amount of pressure would already been bent over. But because this is a medium action, which is medium, light, heavy, that is the stiffness of the rod. So a medium is a good middle action. A lot of people use ultralight. You can use ultralight. I just don't prefer ultralight. So what I have this to, and this is important, I have this to a swivel right here, and I have an egg sinker in front of it. So egg sinker, try to use as light as possible, and I'll talk about that, to a swivel, to your leader line. Your leader line matters depending on where you're at and how deep. You might need a longer leader if it's pretty shallow, like typically it would be if they weren't generating. I could run a lot lighter or shorter leader. This is like a 2-foot leader because it's deeper than normal right now. I was fishing for the first hour with a foot leader and I didn't get any bites at all. I switched it up and I've caught my 2 fish in 15 minutes. We're going for 3 fish today. So I have a 2-foot leader down to a small hook. My hook's a little bit bent out. Now just get a really small hook, small as you can get away with. I'm gonna bend this back in. Use as small a hook as you can. I use a little panfish hook. And then my bait, like I said, are these power baits. What they are is a little bitty foam looking scented balls. What you're gonna want is this bait suspended off the bottom. Okay? So you want the lightest weight you can use. I have maybe a 1/8 weight. I don't even want to guess. I can't remember. This is how small this weight is. But the reason why, this is going to be on the bottom, this is going to be suspended in the water column. They're going to hit this. If they feel any tension on this weight when that lifts up, they're going to drop it. The bite's going to be pretty light. Sometimes they might hit it hard, but for the most part, it's going to be a light bite. So you want the least amount of weight as possible to just hold it in place. But them generating right now, it makes the bite kind of tough for you to be able to tell if it's a bite because you don't know if it's the current. But I've been doing okay. I just need one more fish. Remember, light egg weight to a swivel, leader line. Play with the leader line, figure out what works. 2 power baits. The reason why I'm using 2 is because this will float better. If I have 1, it might float, but it kind of sits a little low. 2, it will float. Okay, if this tips over and I lose my camera, I'm gonna be really ticked off, but it's gonna be my fault, and that's okay. I'm going with it. All we need is one more fish. Good golly, I just wrapped this around. Sorry, I don't have my mic. I wish I had my mic on. You're gonna hold this pole upright and you're gonna feel for any of them bites. You're basically just sitting right on that egg sinker that's on the bottom. If you lift it up, it's probably gonna drag it, but what you're feeling is for that fish to pick it up. They're not gonna pick it up long, so you only have a second. So you're going to be able to have to identify if it's a bite or not. There's a lot of moss out here, so you might cast right into one. The way I can tell is I'll pull the line back just a little bit. If I feel I'm in a moss bed, I'll just reel it in and recast. Now there's going to be a lot of swing and miss. When I say swing and miss, is you're going to think you have a bite and you don't. But you'd rather set a hook on a false hit than not, because you're gonna have to set the hook to catch these fish. Oh, I missed him again. Carol basket. Remember, the bite, it might be really light. All you're having, it's just gonna be sitting like this in the water. So if this egg moves, you might think it's a bite. Set the hook, because most of the time these fish aren't going to hook themselves. I did catch one that swallowed it, but for the most part, they're going to pick it up. They feel any tension, they're going to drop it. I think power bait works is because what these fish are so used to eating. These little fish are in the fish hatchery. If you go in there and you watch them feed them, they're using like little bitty pebbled brown dog food. Oh, leader line, I didn't talk about that. Go super light, go super light. I'm talking 2 to 6 pounds max. I think this is 4. This even might be 6. I do 6 a lot. All right, one more fish, let's go. Let's catch this one more. They're about to actually start dumping some fish. They do it multiple times a year. So these fish, guys, are here for us to be catching. Our tax dollars pays for this types of stuff. This is for the public. You need to get out here and catch these fish and enjoy these fish, because that's what it's for. About to dump a ton of fish. Look at all them fish, y'all. I don't know if you can tell. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. That's where I need to be fishing. Hey, how many fish do y'all dump? 800? Okay. How often do y'all do that? Once a week? Once a week, he just dumped 800 fish. Like, guys, that is cool. I knew they dumped like thousands and thousands each year, but 800, and this is just one spot. They dump fish all up and down this little red river. Very cool. Can't believe I caught that on camera. But let's catch this last fish and get back to the missus. All right, remember, gang, you're gonna be holding your pole kind of more upright, and you're gonna reel down to where you feel that egg sinker. Gooseberry, there he is. Oh, I missed it. Gooseberry National Fish Hatchery. Yeah, the hatchery, if you guys ever come to Heber Springs, it's right at the JFK Park. Like, right, I think right as you turn in there, you can get in there. I think it's free. I'm pretty sure. That crane done helped himself to a rainbow. Easy catch. Yeah, see, I'm in some moss. You know what? They picked up another generator. I think they turned on the second one. Yeah, they turned on the second generator. I'm gonna have to get out of here. Yeah, it's getting too dangerous. Alright, they turned on the second generator. All my rocks that I seen earlier are all underwater. And how I have this camera in the water is already sketchy enough. We have 2 fish, we have enough to eat. So we're gonna take these 2 fish. We're gonna head home now. Yeah, this water is coming up. And when it comes up quick. So they were running just one generator this morning. They just kicked on the other one, so the water is rising. Now you don't want to be out there waiting. 1 is questionable, 2, absolutely not. So I'm gonna clean what I have. I have 2 fish. The third one was gonna be for Cardi, but 2 fish, plenty to eat. So let me show you guys how I clean these fish real quick. All right, what I use to clean these fish with is a pair of scissors. Well, if I were gonna fillet them, I don't know, I think we're gonna cook these whole, because there's not that much. So if we had a bunch of them, we'd fillet them and do that. But this way, I'm just gonna gut them because we're gonna cook them whole. If I were gonna fillet these, I would cut all the fins off and all that, and I'll show you that on another video. But on these, all I have to do is pretty much gut, because we're gonna keep them whole. If I had more fish, we'd fillet them. But these we're gonna keep whole. I prefer to fillet them. I like them eating like that better, but not an option today. So I'm just gonna gut them, cut the head off, just pull them guts out. Real quick and easy. And then they have this bloodline. You'll want to push your thumb in. They have this bloodline you'll need to push your thumb in, and it's push that blood out. Okay, and keep running your thumb down it and get all that blood out. If I were filleting them, I wouldn't have to do that, but since we're going to eat these whole, quick and easy. So much quicker if you're gonna eat them whole like this. That's already done. I have my fish bag right here on ice in it. I'm gonna throw these on ice. They'll be good to go. I'm gonna take my drink out of there now. Holy crap, that's coming up. You guys, you ought to see how fast. This morning, that's what I thought it was, running 2 gens, because I knew if they're running 2 gens, there's no way I'm gonna be able to fish at all, because the water's moving so fast. they were running one. So I was like, okay, I've never fished it when they were running one. And I managed to catch a couple fish. Okay, we are back at the crib. We got 2 fish. I've already put them in the pan, and I've lined it with foil. Let me show you. So here's our 2 rainbow. Good eating size. We're eating them whole. This is how most people eat them. Kiki. This is how most people eat them. I don't prefer to have them like this. I'd rather fillet them. A lot of people don't fillet them because they are bony, but I do know a way to fillet them. I had a buddy show me. So when I catch a bunch, I'd rather fillet them. Oven is preheated to 400. Got our foil line. Now, what we're gonna do for these, what do you think, babe? Olive oil the outside. Butter, we gotta do butter.
Hey, Cardi.
Here, you quarter. How long did it say to cook these for?
Well, it said 20 and 25 minutes. I don't know how big of a fish that is. I just had to watch it.
Getting it? I'm gonna put some butter in the inside of this fish.
Just contaminated all the butter now.
This is the most professional cooking show, guys. Seasoning, I don't know. I keep stuff pretty bare. Let's see. What do we want to put in here, my love?
Salt, pepper, and Tony's.
Salt,
Yeah.
pepper. People do put lemon, but I'm not much of a citrusy flavor type. After this gets done cooking, I think it's gonna call for 20 minutes because these are kind of smaller fish. We'll just peel the skin off and then pull the bone off. Pull the meat off the bone. Place this in the oven. "20-minute timer." Oh shit. What the?
When you don't ever use the oven.
Nah, that's not funny. I don't use the timer. Start. Oh my lord. Alright.
Just do it on the microwave.
We will be back in 20 minutes. Okay, about to pull it out. We got 40 seconds left. Like I said, this is not my preferred way to eat trout, but we are gonna do it because we only have 2, and this is how a lot of people eat it, so. What's up?
Sorry.
Big professional. How do you clear this damn thing? Alright, hopefully we're not eating sushi, folks. Oh man, now that looks splendid. Jillian will not be eating with me on this meal. She was not feeling the just heads cut off and gutted. But that's okay, more for us. But if this was filleted, you would have ate, right, babe? Mm-hmm. Okay. Make sure you're still with me. I don't know. You wouldn't eat filleted fish. That might be a little weird. Okay, well, all right. I haven't had it like this since I was a kid. Babe, are you sure you don't want a piece of this? Yeah, y'all leave a comment and let me know the easiest way to de-meat these things. Or is it debone?
De-meat? De-skin?
Debone these things and all that, I think. That's the proper way to say it. Because see, I want to pull this off, but I don't want to pull them rib bones. Somebody leave a comment. Now, hopefully, we're trying to avoid, when you cook them too long, these will start breaking off. When I was fishing, I actually watched them release 800 fish into the river. Yeah.
Why?
Straight from the hatchery.
And you didn't catch it?
And what I'm going to end up doing with mine is I'm going to end up putting it in my pasta dish that Jillian made. Just to add some protein. Alright, let me try it. That's good. Try it. One piece.
No, not on the camera.
Okay, Cardi. Kiki. Okay.
Are you spitting?
Cardi spits them out.
Oh no. Ooh.
Okay, Cardi's not feeling it. Taco, here. If she eats that and Cardi didn't, I'm gonna be mad. Alright, eat that. You're being picky. This is good. This is not my preferred way though. I'd much rather have it fried, but everything's good fried. Anyways, gang, I'm gonna add this. I would either add this to like brown rice or something to make a bowl out of it, or tacos and make a tortilla or something to make a burrito. But I'm gonna add it in this dish, and Jillian's gonna try pieces. Okay guys, I hope you like this catch, clean, and cook. I could do another video. I have a couple more techniques that I do to catch trout. This is by far one of the easiest, because you can have your kids and that power bait just stays on, and it's really easy to just rig up another one if it does come off. But I'd like to show you my other ways in upcoming videos, and the other way I like to eat trout. Because this one's alright, and it's kind of bland, but that's on me because I didn't add a lot of stuff, but I just don't know what to put in it. So comment below and let me know what you guys use for your spices or whatever. But thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.